What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Sal here. Today, I want to talk to you guys about a big deal that's going down with Bob Johnson. Now, if you don't know who Bob Johnson is, you definitely don't know probably a lot about, BET. BET was created by Bob Johnson. It was the first black television channel geared towards African Americans. It was a huge hit. He ended up selling it to Viacom in the early 2000s for over $1 billion. He was the first African American billionaire. Okay, and I think right now, I think he's the third richest black man in the world. I know, yeah, Aliko Dangote, he's number one, and Mike Adenuga, he's number two, 6.3 billion. 6.3 billion, and I think Dangote, yeah, 12 billion. So he's got 12 billion. Bob Johnson is number three with $3 billion. So Bob Johnson is definitely a guy to look up to. Very, very wealthy man. Doesn't really get himself into a lot of, issues out here. That's why when I talk about making quiet money, all these guys you probably don't know much about because they're very quiet. They just getting their money and doing, whatever they're doing with their businesses. Uh, these are the RLJ companies. Okay, he's got basically his hands in a lot of things. In credit, automotive. He owns several dealerships in the Charlotte, North Carolina area. They've got some villas, resorts. They've got financial, entertainment. They own this really interesting company, Acorn TV, which is like a Netflix type business where it's like you sign up for like $4.99 or something like that, and you know you can watch unlimited TV, not necessarily TV, but shows for like $4.99 a month. It's kind of like Netflix. Really, really interesting, but it's geared towards more British people. So anyway, the stock today was up really huge after that news drop that AMC, the owner of Viacom and whatnot, dropped a $60 million loan in exchange, 65 million, excuse me, $65 million loan in exchange for shares of RLJ Entertainment. So this is a huge, huge deal. All right, the stock is already beat up from previous year's highs. In fact, you go back to one of my favorite new sites now, marketbeat.com, and you can see here from the 5-year chart up in the 2013 area, it was a lot higher. In fact, I looked at some inside trades. There hasn't been really much anything the last 2 years in the company. No analyst ratings at all or anything like that, and even earnings announcements haven't been updated in some time. So obviously they're on track waiting for the next one. But for years past, they really hadn't been paying attention to the stock. But now with this new deal, this is definitely a company you got to pay attention to now. All right? Literally, volume went from 28,000 typically traded a day to 4.9 million today alone. All right, so this is a huge cash infusion that's going to make a big deal in the stock. I mean, look at my Get Trendy strategy indicator. By the way, greatest indicator on TradingView, by the way. Gave you the long, but then again, when you don't know about the stock, right, you don't look at it. But here's the buy signal, and I didn't even, obviously I didn't know about the company. I knew about the company, but I didn't know what to look at it. But here's the buy indicator here on the chart. That's the indicator to buy. It's giving you a short indication now because I honestly think that the company, it's going to take some time for this money to be put to use. So obviously this huge run up does make sense that it's a shorting opportunity at this time. But how far down it'll go, I'm not sure. But then again, up 48% in one day does have to give some of that back to the market. So awesome, awesome, awesome play by Robert or Bob Johnson. This is really a game changer for this stock. Like I said, this is a stock. Let's look at the 5-year chart here. That's way off its highs, man. This is, 2013. We're talking about a $17 stock. All right, so it's way beat up. So this is the infusion they really need. They really need it. And again, the indicator was right again. Go long here on 8.8, and obviously, who knew about this stock or was even thinking about this stock on 8.8? But anyway, the indicator got it right. But huge, huge deal for Bob Johnson. This puts this stock back on the map. RLJE. Pay attention to it. Who knows what's going to happen, but definitely a stock that you got to keep somewhere around to look into it. So we're not surprised if it continues to make some moves. This $65 million is going to be used for something. I don't know what, but it's going to be used for something, and that's going to help the company's bottom line. 4.9 million shares today traded. Who knows how long that's going to stick around? I don't believe it's going to stick that high, but will it stay in the millions? Only time will tell. All I know is that it made a lot of money today, and we'll see. We will see. Short indicator right now, though, on the chart. It's your boy Sal, man. Take care.